The hottest street boys, hottest street boys, hottest street boys. It's the hottest street boys.
Like and subscribe. What is up?
Hello.
It's me, Drew.
And I'm Massive J.
And we are
the Hardy Street Boys.
Nailed it, just like in rehearsal.
What?
Yep. We want you to like, subscribe, share, check out our Patreon. We just released a behind-the-scenes, really long video, actually, covering how we made Jim Cantori, What's Your Story?
Yeah, a musical thing, yeah.
A musical thing. So that's pretty cool. You can check that out. There's all kinds of exclusive content on there. Also, us learning how to burlesque dance with Rebecca Chandler at Hattiesburg Ballroom and beyond. It's worth the price of admission. Also, check out our website, thehardystreetboys.com. We got merch, got all kinds of stuff. And you can follow us on Spotify. You can leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and you can subscribe here on YouTube. So we got a big show coming up, man. We have Matt Burke and Nicole Burke of Versus, of CrossFit fame, of Proven Fitness, YERBAÉ. They're making moves. So we got a lot to get to. Let's roll.
All right. Well, last week I went to Compadres and got some tacos.
Yeah.
They were delicious.
Yeah.
I love Compadres.
It's really good.
You went with me last week.
That was my first time eating there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not that cool and I don't do a lot of cool stuff. I don't do as many cool things as you would think. And that was a cool thing and I really enjoyed it.
Well, I think you do cool things.
Well, I'm not around town like you, man.
Yeah. Well, I think that in a weird roundabout way, that people do cool things with old Pizza Huts, like turn them into other restaurants.
Yeah, yeah.
And Hattiesburg has Compadres, which is one, and also Mario's. So, yeah, old Pizza Huts.
Bro, taking the power back from the corporations, you know?
Sounds crazy. Of course, nostalgic for the old Pizza Huts, as you know.
Yeah.
Many a post-soccer game hang.
Yeah, I ignored a lot of salad bars in those Pizza Huts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, Compadres was good. Friday, I went to the Sacred Heart football game. My drum line was, bro, they're grooving, man.
Yeah, Sacred Heart's got a squad this year, right? They're doing pretty good in football.
Football team's 2-0 after going 2 years without a win.
It's crazy.
So they've turned it around. It's pretty wild to see, man. It's fun, you know. I'm a soccer guy. I like football, the one where you actually use your foot on a ball.
Yeah.
I think this sport should really be called throw ball or hand egg.
A hand egg.
That makes more sense, logistically, if that's how we're naming things.
Yeah.
But it's really cool to watch, man. It's cool to see the vibe is good and a lot of positivity. And then Saturday, that's actually why we have Nicole and Matt here. I had the Wadstock Fitness Festival at Versus.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that on you as well as other people's Instagrams. They were getting way into a fitness competition of some sort.
Yes, which on the outside it's kind of so what do you see who works out better? But it's like playing sports, man. It reminds me of competitive soccer or even tennis tournaments when I was a kid, feeling nervous on a Saturday morning. In your 30s, what are you nervous about on a Saturday morning, right? Not much. And it was just really positive too, everybody there trying to get better at whatever they're doing, lift heavier, be faster, be better at a specific technique. So, man, it was a blast. And then in the evening, you DJ'd, right?
I DJ'd a wedding for some friend, or I'd say a wedding reception. It was more of a reception than a wedding for some friends that they got married last week down in Colorado, over in Colorado, and then they had a reception here. They're originally from here, and it was at the bottling company, so it was a lot of fun. Shelby Kemp played guitar, Ryan McGee played a little bit, and then I got to sit in and DJ for a little bit.
Yeah. Do you go by Massive J as your DJ name?
I don't really. Yeah, I guess I don't really. I've never done a DJ name, so maybe I should ask the people if they can come up with a DJ name for me. Which is probably scary to ask.
Yeah,
but
in the comments, put down what Jamie's DJ name should be.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah,
mine would either be Wooties or actually the shirt you're wearing, which is my family crest, Wu-Tang.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Wu-Tang Clan. But I put a G at the end of Clan.
But after the DJ set at the bottling company, I came up and saw you over at Fairley's Wings and More.
Let me say, dude. Okay, Taste of 59 South sounded great, as per the usual. But Nick Fairley's putting on a show. Not just it's not just if there's live music.
Yeah.
He's putting on a show. The place looks great. It feels like you're in. I mean, you're in the city. You're right off Main Street. Like, the vibe is good, and it honestly, it almost kind of reminded me of like the English pub feel, you know, like everybody. I saw there are a lot of people from the Raider Nation there, Raiders, you know, like calling out their favorite team. There's some Steelers fans, and everybody's getting excited about the NFL season too. Yeah. So it was just, man, I think I'm gonna watch more NFL games there because the energy is good, and you know, like you're gonna just be able to talk sports with somebody. Even if you just go solo, you're going to be able to talk to somebody about the game. And
well, it's very cool to see, like, they have a lot of screens, and there was a lot of college games on this past weekend. So it was also football is back kind of thing. Very cool. But also to have music outside, live music. I've started to realize, like, we're like our live music venues, man, we're kind of we could use a couple more, I guess. But, you know, it's one of those things you can catch live music where you can, you know, mostly restaurants these days.
Well, and it's outdoors, so they just blocked off that street right. What's the name of that street?
It's a great.
I don't even know the name of that street
it's
right next
between
to
Fairley's and the courthouse.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's called.
Yeah. That
so.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Just Google Maps it. You know.
Yeah.
But they blocked that off. So I mean, I guess maybe people are wary of having indoor shows. I get that. But man, I really want us to get back to having bands in multiple places, having a choice, basically. Yeah. Taste of 59 South, though, man, you really can't ask for more. And some of the stuff they're doing, they had like they're playing Superstitious, and they had like a bridge that they did at the end, and man, it's like the hook. This is pro level. Like, if you get because it's a different song.
Oh yeah.
If you get a vocalist on top of it, man, that would blow up. So there's incredible talent here. Just excited about places opening up and offering more live music because, man, I've missed live music so bad.
Yeah.
You don't really think about it maybe throughout the week, but then when you actually get some of it, you're like, we need more live music.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking the whole time. It was also very cool. I don't know, just the vibe. Whenever Taste of 59 South plays, there's an energy there. The crowd is really into it, and I think they were like bringing some folks up from the crowd to sing some songs, and it just hit my soul, if you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, it was amazing.
Bro, it's community. You know, that's what it is. It's community, being around each other and being happy while we're around each other.
Yeah.
You know, so that was so much fun. And, yeah, man, it was a good time. I'm looking forward to this next week. What do we have coming up?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, then you should visit HubCityHoedown.com. They have all the latest events, and I know what you're thinking. Wait, I play music, and my stuff isn't on there. All you have to do is email hubcityhoedown@gmail.com, and they'll put your stuff on the calendar. Look, Hattiesburg has long needed one concise calendar for all live music, just all events, right? It's happening. It has been offered. Our prayers have been answered. Holler at hubcityhoedown.com to check up on the latest events, and let's just get it all together on one calendar.
Let's do it.
After this, we're going to have Matt and Nicole Burke of Versus Strength and Conditioning and CrossFit fame. It's going to be good, and we might have to put Jamie through a taste test.
We'll see how this goes.
Hey, why do you give blood?
There's a need for blood right now.
Oh, yeah? Is that it? That's the only reason?
Well, to be honest, I consider myself a little bit of a loner, and it's nice that they actually call on me from time to time.
So you sign up so that they'll just call you?
Yeah, but also because there's a national blood shortage and the world needs blood.
Both of those make a lot of sense. How do you set up an appointment?
Well, you can download the Vitalent app, or you can call their number.
Is that in the description below?
It is. How fancy that you asked me that.
It's pretty cool. I wonder who put it there.
Oh, probably you.
All right, well, I just need to go give some blood then.
Do it.
Will they just take it unsolicited?
No, you need to set up an appointment.
So you're saying I shouldn't, like, put it in a bag and just mail it to them?
No.
All right, thanks, Jamie. We have Matt and Nicole Burke here, Versus Strength and Conditioning. How are you guys today?
We're good, man.
Doing good. Thanks for having us.
It's good to have you here, fresh off Wadstock Fitness Festival. Had a great time, man. You did a great job putting that stuff together. Now, what I want to know is why CrossFit?
Yeah. You want to start?
Yeah, sure.
Go for it.
So I found CrossFit in 2014. I was in nursing school, and I had a friend at the time that had been bribing me and like trying to get me to go for like a year. And I was like, no way, it's too expensive. I'm not paying that much money to go to a gym. I was like super broke in college. And then the gym in our area ran a Groupon, $30 for 1 month. And I was like, all right, I'll try it. But at the time I was doing clinicals in nursing school, which required me to be up super early. And so I had to go to the 5 a.m. class. And I was like, hey, I can only go to the 5 a.m. class. And she was like, all right, I'm down. I love working out early. And I was like, okay, sweet. So I get there at like 4:58. And she's not there. And I was like, oh my gosh, what? Like, where am I going? What am I doing? I didn't know.
We had a deal.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what this
Got
is.
ghosted.
Yeah.
But thank goodness I went in anyway. I was like, whatever. I'm going in. And I had this awesome coach. His name is Michael Kenslow. He was actually at the competition yesterday. So it was cool to catch up with him, but like super loud and energetic. And the first workout that I did or that morning was lightweight snatches and burpee or box jumps. And I just remember like midway through the workout, I realized like I was racing, and that like that was the point, was like racing. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this was made for me, or I was made for it. But either way, like I knew I was just going to do it forever. I was like, this is amazing. Yeah. And so I was hooked. Yeah. I was very sore the next day, but
yeah, after day one.
But I was like, this is like, I didn't know anything about CrossFit games or that there was competitions or anything, but like just knowing like the dude next to me was like trying to beat me, I was like, oh, you're going down, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're competitive from the get-go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Super competitive.
That's awesome. So then how did you get into now you being her coach? You're also a husband and wife team.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So that's an evolution. So
For sure.
it starts with like, hey, there's this like girl that's like working out, and like I'm kind of working out too, and maybe we can like work out together or something. Maybe, you know. And then like we would just like we kind of started dating and working out together, so I guess you could call that like training partners in that sense. And then we we got married. And we just ended up getting married. Just happened to happen. No, we got married, and then by that time I'm coaching at the gym. And so then there's times where like I get to coach her a little bit, but like she's in the class at least. And then we move, and then it became a little bit more, after maybe a year after we moved, a little bit more of like, I'm going to take a step back from trying to compete. And she was really flourishing, and just some things happened where it's just like, hey, you kind of know me really well. You know, you're my husband, maybe, and you're okay at coaching. And it's like, why don't you just be my coach? And so then it was just a good conversation of just what does that look like? Making sure that's going to keep our marriage really strong, and that we know when it's time to be this, we'll be this, and when it's time to be that, we'll be that. And we're not going to take anything personally when it's time to be like coach time or anything like that. And so that ends up just kind of evolving more and more. And that's where we're at now, where it's still learning every day, because I think that's important. But we both have this good understanding of like, when it's time for her to be the athlete, I know she's the athlete, and that's okay. And so when it's time for me to be the coach, she knows that I'm the coach. And so if we have a conversation that seems off for two married couples, that we know it's like, it's just us trying to work through this this goal that we have for her to get to the CrossFit Games. And so that's where that is now.
Well, and you've gotten to work with Shane Orr and Tia Claire Toomey of Proven Fitness. They're same situation. He's the coach. She's 5-time most fittest woman on earth.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah. So when we moved back to Hattiesburg, we found a great group of people that we love, but we also felt a little isolated from a competitive standpoint, because we may have been in more of like a breeding ground of just competitive athletes in Southern California. And when we come here, a little bit more isolated, but we had this amazing space to work in that we've never had before. But after a while, you kind of just start feeling like Groundhog Day, and you start wondering, like, are we doing the right thing? And, but when Nicole when Nicole became part of the Proven team, we got an opportunity to go up to Nashville when she was training for Last Chance qualifiers. And we really got to see how they work together and how Tia and Shane treat every day, and how it is professional, but they have fun and they know boundaries and things like that. And we kind of got to look at each other and it's like, we're not crazy. And it's okay that we're trying to take it this seriously, and we actually can take it up another notch, and it's still okay because that's what it takes to be at that level. And I compared it to, it's like, imagine like getting to see the top of the mountain, and when other people never get to, it's like we got to at least see it. We're not there, but at least we know what it looks like. And so now we know the path to get there.
Right.
And it doesn't make it any easier, but at least you know what the proverbial finish line looks like. So let's start pushing for it, you know?
Yeah.
So
Nicole, what is the biggest difference from when you took that first CrossFit class where you're, maybe I like this, but it's still just kind of a pastime, and now where that's your gig, you're a CrossFit athlete. Like, what's the biggest difference you think?
That's a tough question, because there's like, it's 100% different. Like, it's not even close. I was like 100 pounds when I first started CrossFit. I had very poor relationship with food and body and that kind of thing. And whenever I started learning about these competitive athletes and these girls that were like lifting heavy weights and seeing what they looked like and what they were able to do, everything that I thought I knew just completely crumbled in the best way. And like, I just left it. And so from that point, like, completely different. But then also, when I first started CrossFit, I hadn't even touched a barbell before. So I didn't know anything. Like, I had never bench pressed before. Like, people come in with that kind of background from football and whatever sport, soccer, that they had played. And I had never jump roped. Like, I did ballet. And so it was just completely different. And so I was learning a lot. And I didn't really come to this like goal of wanting to be a competitive CrossFit athlete for like 2.5, 3 years, because I didn't know what I was doing, And so I knew the order, and the order was I needed to get better. I needed to put on some muscle. I needed to get stronger, and then we can talk about maybe competing, And so I was just trying to like not put the cart before the horse, et cetera, that kind of thing. And so, when I was working in the ER, and I was a nurse. I'm still a nurse, but I don't work in the ER anymore. But I remember people being like, "What are you doing? Like, why? It's so weird. Why are you spending so much time?" And I was just like, I don't really know why, but I just love it, So I guess that's stayed the same. But the amount of time that I put in towards CrossFit now is like completely different. It is literally 24/7.
Yeah.
7 days a week. I was just having this conversation with another friend yesterday. It's like when people come into the gym, everyday gym goers, like they're coming to have fun. It's their hobby. It's their like stress release. It's where they come and see their friends. And I love that. But right now at this point in my life, that is not why I come to the gym. Right. I come to the gym and I am suffering. And so I might not be that approachable. I want people to approach me and I want to be, friendly and have fun and all that. Like I do have fun, right. But my approach in the gym is much different. And so, it's just another one of those things.
Disclaimer, I'm not mad.
I'm not mad. I don't hate everyone or the world.
Yeah.
I just like literally killed myself and I'm just about to do it again.
Right.
I can't fathom what it'd be like, but I'm imagining if you're trying to learn this certain drum sequence, call it what it is.
It's fine.
Man, I walk in and you've been working on it really hard. It's like you want to mimic this song, and I come in and it's like, hey, what you doing? You here playing drums, huh? And it's like, no, man, like I'm really trying to figure this out. And it's like, oh, I'm just gonna doop doop doop. And it's just like, I'm glad that you're learning this, but I'm trying to do this kind of thing. And it does get that gets challenging trying to figure that out. But
in the best way.
Yeah.
I mean, it's totally fine. I just think it's just different. You know, people forget or they don't know, and that's completely fine. But it's just completely different.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess a better comparison is she's going into the office to work. You're going to
I just left the office.
Going to the bar, like this is without going to the bar. This is like, this is where I want to go after work to hang out, and like, it's a much healthier version of the bar. You get to hang out with your friends and do some fitness and, leave feeling accomplished. And I think that's super important for anyone to have that. Like, I accomplished something today. And sometimes you don't get that at work. So that's why you come over here to do that. It's like, we're in a different mindset when we go into it because we have just a different goal, And so this is either our lab or this is our office where we're just trying to put work in to create this product that essentially gets us to the CrossFit Games.
Yeah.
So
we've talked about this before. There's a disconnect whether it's art or whether it's fitness or when anybody goes really hard at anything, right? It's like, well, I do that for fun. Why is this so serious for you? So it's one of those things where it's great that you are at that point, but sometimes it can feel kind of lonely because you feel like you don't understand. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm working so hard, and you don't really understand. So I get it's different, but it's not. I think it's the same kind of
for
feeling.
sure. It's so cool to meet people that have the same drive for 100% of their being to accomplish something. And it's rare these days. I think a lot of people spread themselves super thin, with their families and their kids and their work and their school, which it's just a different lifestyle. My friend Meredith, who I competed with yesterday, she knows, she's like completely, she lives up in Madison. She's up there by herself. And, she doesn't train with anyone either. And she probably gets the same looks that I get on a daily basis. What in the world are you doing? Like
Right. Well, that's what I love about the Wadstock Fitness Festival that you put on, man. You did such a great job, and then the whole Versus community coming together was really impressive.
So
For sure.
The banners put up barricades and banners.
Yeah.
It just changes just the vibe.
Put it in the budget, right? Put it in the budget.
But stuff like that where you're going, like somebody who thought I could never do CrossFit because after my shoulder surgery, I thought like pull-ups, I'm not going to be able to do that. I hung out at the other bar, not the pull-up bar, So being able to find this and go like, man, not only can I do this, I can actually compete and I can meet people from other places, other states. Is that had to be in your thoughts when you were like putting that together?
Absolutely. If we want to call it, eventually grow it to an appropriate festival, right? And it's yes, we're all coming together because we enjoyed this sport or this activity, and it was something that we've wanted to do for a while. I say we because I feel like we're always trying to do everything together. But we just never had the space. And so when we moved to Hattiesburg and I started working at Versus, it was just like an instant, like, if we can make this happen, I want to make it happen here. And we were just blessed, lucky, whatever you want to call it, that there's enough people at that gym that are just like, hey, I realize that this is important for you, Matt. I want to help you. And hey, Jamie's really good at designing banners. So she's like, yeah, here, what do you think? And Steve's like, hey, we can organize. I know all these people in the town, like, here, talk to these people. And then you got Nate, like, hey, I'm really good with my hands. I'm going to put everything up, and it's just like, you're just
put
giving
everything together.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
And it's just like, there's no way I can just be like, hey, I want to do it. And it's like, just sit back and just like, oh man, it never happened. And it's like, you have to have this group of people that are willing to give up their time. And, it was cool to see, and I'm appreciative of that people are like, yeah, like, I don't know what you're really doing, but I'm going to help. Like, let's go. And so. And
we have to say this, but just being able to be a part of this experience, like for you, you're now ripping off 40 pull-ups. It's amazing.
Right.
And then, we see Keller, who is a breast cancer survivor, and she power cleans 125 pounds. When a year ago, she, could barely lift her arms.
Yeah. I had no idea.
And and you just feel this huge amount of energy. I mean, it's like gives me chill bumps just thinking about it. Just seeing somebody do something that they thought they were never going to be able to do again. And it like inspires every single person in the room, and their eyes were on them, on her at that moment. And tears, you know, I mean, just it brings out this emotion, and it just makes people believe in themselves. And that, I think, is lost over the years as people grow up. And so it, you know, Wadstock is just an avenue for that kind of experience to inspire people and to, you know, push themselves to be better every day.
It's like at some point you stop learning new things, right? Or because you are spread so thin, it's like I have all these responsibilities, and so then I have to do all these things. And so it's like, when's the last time you've done something you've never done before? And as a coach, I get to help people do that, hopefully on a daily basis. But when you see it, you're like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah. And then there's something about bringing it together in a competition where like it just happens everywhere. And it's not even about like who's winning. It's like the stories behind what got you there, right? And it's like, right, with Keller, and then even with just like some of our members, it's like, I never thought I was going to be able to do that. And you're like, what else did you think you could never do? Because if you thought you could never do this and you just saw yourself do it, and now there's proof, there's evidence you went from 0 to 1, what else is out there? And so that's the ultimate goal from just like the teacher coach side of it. It's like, I don't want you to ever limit yourself. Go do whatever you want to do. Just stop saying that you can't do something. Just choose to not do it instead of saying I can't do it. It's like, yeah, I could probably go run this. It's like, good. As long as you know that you could, like, I'm pretty stoked about that.
That changes everything, man. That changes people's lives. It's crazy what competition can do, right? When you were at with the Mid-Atlantic CrossFit, that's regionals in Nashville, right? You're talking about people's eyes being on Keller. You had somebody's eyes on you. This is the people from YERBAÉ.
That's right.
And it's just one of those like chance things that happens, right? How did that end up happening? How did you get with YERBAÉ, and how did that competition change moving forward?
Yeah. So Carrie Gibson, she's the founder and owner of YERBAÉ, her and her husband Todd. It was her very first experience at a CrossFit competition. They knew that they wanted to get YERBAÉ into the space of CrossFit. They just saw a lot of potential there. YERBAÉ is an energy drink, and she said she was sitting in the audience, and on my very first workout, which was a 1-rep max snatch, she just noticed me. My maiden name is Gibson, and it was on my name card, Nicole Gibson Burke, and I think that's what caught her eye. But she said she knew from that moment that she wanted me part of their team, and she sent Seth, one of her employees, to come and meet me and exchange phone numbers. And then over the course of a few months, we talked contracts and, you know, just learned about each other and decided that we definitely wanted to partner, and we knew we could, you know, accomplish really great things in the coming year if we did it together. And so we decided at the CrossFit Games that we went to watch, and YERBAÉ was set up there as well, that we would sign the contract there. And so that's why we did it. Yeah.
And then they also they like raised a lot of money at CrossFit Games for, what was it?
Yeah. So YERBAÉ was, they were told they had to sell their product at the CrossFit Games. That wasn't their initial plan. They were just going to give away product. But because they had to sell it, they were thinking, you know, how can we make this into a good thing? How can we give back? And so they partnered with the Dancer Love Foundation, which Sam Dancer and Jen Dancer own and have started, which is a foundation aimed towards special needs and their development in CrossFit, and, you know, just giving them those opportunities.
Right.
And so they sold over $7,000 worth of product at the CrossFit Games and then matched that. So $14,000 was donated directly to the Dancer Love Foundation, which was so cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
And that's just like one of those, they've told us about different things and about like similar things like that. And you're like, okay, like,
we want to be with you guys.
These are good people,
like, y'all are
trying
awesome.
to do more than just sell a drink. They want to try to leave a footprint that's going to enrich people's lives. And you know, they said, like, you know, we don't really want the top athletes necessarily, even though that's cool, but it's like we want to help you become one of those top athletes. And because that story is more relatable to everyone, right? And it's like
a true partnership.
Yeah, and it's just like, hey, you could go sign a deal with LeBron, and it's like, oh, cool, LeBron gets another deal, sweet. Or, hey, this guy's just trying to make it, and we want to see him be successful, and we're going to try to help him with that. And it's kind of the same approach I think YERBAÉ's going with. And
I felt like completely unworthy, but they've just been so nice and so encouraging, and so I was just like, why me? But they're they're just in my corner, and they want me to succeed,
right.
and they want to give whatever opportunity I need to succeed because they know that I'll capitalize on it.
That's
right.
awesome. And they have a great product too.
Yeah,
that's the other thing. And I think what we need to do is have our resident stevia guy Jamie and taste tester try them out. What do you think, Jamie?
I'm in.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yes, I agree.
The cat mask. What do you taste, Jamie?
It tastes like seltzer. It tastes like
Give me the hint. What's the hint of?
lime. It tastes like lime. No, wait. I'm getting some sort of a berry.
Yeah. Oh.
A berry.
Yeah.
I'm getting berry notes.
What is it?
So this one is the acai blueberry.
Blueberry.
There it is.
That was it.
Acai. You get all the vowels.
Yeah. There it is. So this one not a seltzer.
Okay. Whoa. It tastes like an energy drink, but it's got nice bubbly. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I see what Nicole's saying. This wasn't really fair. This was also a triple berry.
Berry.
Also a berry.
Also berry. There are more flavors than berry. We just didn't bring them all.
I was hoping to find my favorite. We don't have it at the house, so I couldn't give you that. But
what's your favorite?
So they have this orange vanilla that is a very dreamsicle-y. You still got some more in here, Jamie. I want you to.
You want some more?
Yeah.
You got to kill it, bro.
I want you to cleanse your palate before we put this. That's okay.
Yeah, I had watermelon strawberry at the competition yesterday, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the watermelon.
And it's got the stevia in it, too, so it's
got stevia in it?
Yeah.
Dude, you're a huge stevia guy.
Did you tell them?
Yes. This guy,
It's
Jamie's
plant-based.
the biggest stevia guy I
I
know.
went on a really big low-carb thing, and I was just stevia every day.
Dude, just pure
Yeah,
stevia.
all the Steves.
Nothing. All the Steves.
So, yeah. So the bigger cans have the stevia extract from it, so it's a lot sweeter. But
all right, this is my favorite one.
Oh, this is special. This is Nicole's
super
favorite.
special.
This is the Nicole.
I can smell coconut and taste like coconutty flavors in this one. It tastes like coconut. I'm getting a lot of. This one takes me to the beach right here. I want to go to the beach now.
That's exactly right.
There's another flavor in there. Could you guess it?
Yeah, guess this. Hit the music. Guess the secondary flavor.
Ooh, secondary flavor. I want to say since it's so beachy. I mean, I can get all the coconut, lime, or like banana. I don't know. It's like
This fruit has armor.
it has armor. Is it pineapple?
Ding,
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yay!
Ding dong.
Ding dong.
So that's your favorite. Why is that your favorite, Nicole?
Because it's like a beach in a can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you take one sip and you're
Straight
on.
up, ready for that. It's a beach. In the
It is.
Yeah.
Really beachy.
You take one sip and close your eyes, and you are on an island with like the clearest blue water.
I felt the breeze.
Yes.
Off of that.
Yeah. Hey,
I
you can take your kitty mask off. You did great, man.
It's
Yeah,
an
thank you.
experience.
That was delicious.
That one is an experience.
Man, this was
YERBAÉ.
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 Well, that was great, Jamie. Good job, man.
Thanks.
Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it, taking the time. Make sure you follow Nicole and Matt on Instagram. Links in the description below. And dude, I know y'all got to get back to it. That's the thing. You said it's 24/7. So
It is.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for having us. And one of the big blessings this year is just being able to meet you. And I'm glad you've been coming to the gym, because day with you at the gym is always a better job, or makes my job a little better. And I just appreciate that. I wish we had more Drews in there. So hopefully we get some Jamies in there and see what we can do with that too.
dude, you start using an Icelandic accent, and we start calling you the Mountain. Let's go.
All right, cool.
Wu-Tang! Play us out, Jamie. You guys, thanks so much. This was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Great.
Dude, I had a fun time.